Hello, my name is Charlene Chantal Hilton. I'm a daughter of the King of Glory and author of the book Horns of Heaven and Earth, The Power of the Response. We now have 6 days left until the release date, which is March 3rd, 2023. Biblically, the number 6 means man. God desired a relationship, so what he did is he created mankind to be able to worship him and relate with him and communicate with him. And this happened during the time of creation, which is during the duration of 7 days. So on the 6th day, he created the heavens and the earth and everything in them. And on the 6th day of that, he created mankind. He created mankind in a different way, different than all of his other creations. He gave mankind the ability to have free will to worship him. And he also created us in his image. Why? Because he wanted to relate with us. That's why he wanted a relationship. So he gave us the ability to be able to communicate with him and worship him and stay connected with him through various ways. And that's through our worship. Now, one of the many ways he's given us to worship him is through musical instruments, and I'll talk about that. I actually talk about all of this within the book, but I want to share with you some of those instruments that he's given us. So you have the shafars. You have shafar, several types of shafars. So I'll start first with the ram's horn. If you notice, it's short. It's a smaller instrument. This is the horn of an animal, and it's the more traditional one that's used. You'll see the ram's horn mentioned throughout Scripture. I'll talk about that. And you have this one. This is called the oryx. This is straight, and it has some curves, some bumps right there. And then another type of shofar is something that I love. I always love to hear this when people play it. This is called the kudu. If you notice how it's shaped, it's longer and it's curved. Then you have the silver trumpet. This is also called the temple trumpet. Okay. And then another instrument he's given us, which is used very often. He actually gave us this from the time of birth, and that is our voice. This is a type of horn that he's given us. He embedded this within us from the time of birth. We are actual living instruments. And I'm going to talk about all of this within the book. And I'm going to actually discuss why he chose these various instruments to worship him, the reason for the shape. And I'm also going to talk about why it is the separation between the temple, the silver trumpet, and the shofar. So these are various things. I'm going to actually talk about also the various sounds that can come from this and the various calls that can come from this. So those are just a few things that I will talk, a few of the many things that I will talk about in that. So these are instruments God has given us to He's given us to give him good pleasure, to give him worth. And I'll talk about other things in regards to sound that goes beyond the instruments that you can hold. So that's just a little snippet, again, of what I will discuss in the book. And this all goes back. It all goes back to spiritual communication through the power of the horn. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about today. And I also want you to get the time to actually hear what these instruments sound like. So I'm going to have my daughters play it. I'm not the best at playing these instruments, but my oldest daughter is very good at it. So I'm going to have her play a snippet of some of them so you can get a taste of what it's all about.
Horns have everything to do with God and communication. In Horns of Heaven and Earth, The Power of the Response, Charlene Chantal Hilton reveals the mysteries of spiritual communication between God and man. Join this journey and revelatory reading about the mysteries of the horn as it relates to spiritual communication. As you do so, you will come to fully understand the power of the horn and the response that comes from it. Available at Amazon, your local bookstore, or at Trilogy.tv.